You check your credit card statement again, and that sinking feeling hits. The balance barely moved. You've been paying it down, doing everything you're supposed to, but somehow, it still feels like the debt is growing. No matter how many minimum payments you make, that balance never seems to get any smaller. The truth is, this is a reality many people face. The average American credit card debt is sitting at over $5,000, and it's only getting harder to manage as interest rates climb. But here's the thing, you don't have to feel stuck. There are proven strategies that can help you pay off your credit card debt faster and with less stress. What if I told you there are real ways to tackle this mountain of debt without waiting for the perfect moment or hoping for a miracle? Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 5 powerful tricks to pay off your credit card debt quickly and take back control of your financial future. 1. The debt avalanche method. Let's start with the debt avalanche method. Sounds fancy, but it's really just about focusing on the highest interest debt first. Think about it. You've got a couple of credit cards, one with a $3,000 balance at 18% interest, another with $1,500 at 25%. It's tempting to pay off the $1,500 one first, but here's the thing. The one with the 25% interest is costing you way more money over time. So step 1, focus your efforts on paying off the card with the higher interest rate. Every time you pay down that high interest balance, you're saving more money in the long run. It may take longer to pay off that higher balance, but trust me, the interest savings will be worth it. Here's how it works in action. If you've got that $3,000 balance at 18% interest and you're paying only the minimum, you could be looking at paying off that balance in over 6 years, and that's with all the interest added in. But with the debt avalanche, every extra dollar you put towards that higher interest debt is like putting your money on the fast track. 2. The debt snowball method. But maybe you're the kind of person who gets a little discouraged when you don't see immediate progress. If that's you, then the debt snowball method might be more your speed. Here's how it works. You tackle the smallest balance first, regardless of the interest rate. That way, you see fast results. For example, if you've got 3 credit cards, one with $1,000, one with $5,000, and another with $8,000, start by attacking the $1,000 balance. Once you pay it off, you move to the next smallest one. The quick wins keep you motivated and help you build momentum. Now, why does this work? Because people are wired to feel motivated by progress. Once that $1,000 card is gone, you're more likely to keep pushing. It's like a snowball rolling downhill. Each victory gets bigger and faster. Plus, you're still knocking out debt, even if the interest rate is higher on some of your other cards. If you need that emotional boost to keep going, this method will fuel your drive. As soon as you see that first balance disappear, it'll feel like a huge win. And that feeling is priceless when you're staring down multiple bills. 3. Balance transfers. What if I told you there was a way to completely skip paying interest for a little while? That's where balance transfers come in. This is a great trick to save a ton of money and make your payments count. Here's how it works. You transfer your high-interest credit card balance to a new card with 0% APR for a limited time, typically 12 to 18 months. Think about it. Let's say you've got $5,000 in credit card debt on a card with a 20% APR. By transferring that balance to a card with 0% APR, you could potentially save hundreds of dollars in interest alone. You don't have to pay a dime in interest during the introductory period, meaning every payment you make is going straight to your balance. But here's the catch. There's often a balance transfer fee, usually around 3 to 5%. So if you're transferring $5,000, you might end up paying a $150 to $250 fee. But even with that, it's often still a win. The key here is paying off that balance before the 0% period ends. Once that promo period expires, interest rates can skyrocket back to 20% or more. Look for a card with the longest 0% APR period and make sure you have a solid plan to pay off the balance before it expires. Otherwise, it's like opening a door only to walk into a trap. 4. Automate payments to stay consistent. Here's something we all know. Life gets busy, bills pile up, and sometimes paying off debt can fall to the bottom of the to-do list. That's where automating payments comes in. When your payments are set to autopay, you don't have to worry about forgetting or missing due dates. Plus, you ensure your debt is getting tackled consistently. Imagine this. Every month, without lifting a finger, you've already paid a chunk of your credit card debt. No stress, no missed payments. You're moving forward automatically. Automating weekly payments can be especially powerful. Small, regular payments add up over time. A $50 weekly payment may not seem like much at first, but after a year, that's $2,600, and it's doing the job of reducing your debt. Bonus tip: set up your payments for a little more than the minimum. Even $20 extra a month can speed up your progress and save you on interest. Remember, every extra dollar counts. 5. Cut back on unnecessary expenses and allocate extra funds. This one's simple, but often the hardest. Cut back on unnecessary expenses. We're all guilty of it. Those extra lattes, eating out too often, or subscription services we barely use, they all add up. What if instead of spending that money, you put it toward paying off your debt? It's not just about what you spend, it's about how you choose to use your money. Let's do a quick math breakdown. If you spend $10 a day on coffee, that's $300 a month. That's $3,600 a year. Now imagine that money going straight to your credit card payments. That's a serious dent in your balance. And what about those unused subscriptions? If you're paying for a gym membership you never use or a streaming service you barely watch, cut them out. Those small sacrifices can turn into huge debt-slaying power. Tip: use budgeting apps to track your spending. You'd be surprised how much you're spending on things you don't even need. The goal here isn't to deprive yourself, but to focus on what matters most: eliminating that debt. It's not just about slashing costs, it's about being intentional with your money. So there you have it. 5 tricks to pay off your credit card debt fast. Whether you choose the debt avalanche to save on interest, the debt snowball to build momentum, or use balance transfers to avoid interest altogether, the key is consistency. Automating your payments and cutting back on unnecessary expenses will keep you on track, making that mountain of debt feel a lot more like a small hill. If you're serious about becoming debt-free, start implementing these strategies today. Don't wait. Each small step gets you closer to financial freedom, and trust me, it's worth every bit of effort. Imagine the relief of no longer worrying about credit card debt. What would that feel like? If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and leave a comment below with which strategy you're going to try first. And, of course, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon to stay updated with more practical tips on managing your money. Your financial freedom starts now. Let's do this.